Hello. Welcome to the current affairs session of today. I have seen some of the important articles that are very much useful and interesting for our exams. ఈ current affairs article లో first article interesting for me is backed by BrahMos, Navy's Minicoy base to keep watch over Arabian Sea. If you just have seen or remember recent things what happened, that after Narendra Modi's tourism developmental activity in Lakshadweep has caused some of the concerns in Maldives, and later on the story turned into a tussle between India and Maldives. And now, what Maldives has did, as part of this, Maldives asked Indian troops to leave Maldives, though the troops were very nominal in number. They are just a double-digit number of our army is there in Maldives. And then now, as part of it, what happened is, as a geopolitical strategic location that we are present, Indian Ocean is one of the most geopolitically important area in the world, because this sees almost a transition trade of 70% of world trade through Indian Ocean, because it is connecting between Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. Now here, as part of it, it is one of the most important area. So geopolitically also, it become very much important. And China has got the access directly into this region, into Indian Ocean. So then what are we supposed to do? We are also supposed to have one of the eye that is in different territories that are possible for us. And around islands are there, Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep. So in this, we have tried to set up some of the army base and equipment so that it will be helping us to keep India safe. And what is it? Here, BrahMos. Now the question is, see, directly they will never be asking what is BrahMos or etc. kind of question, and where is Arabian Sea, or maybe different things. There may be possibility of asking interlinkage questions. Now here the possible areas that are to learn are BrahMos. What is a BrahMos? BrahMos is a missile, kind of missile that can be targeted surface to air, surface to water, or surface to surface. These are the topics that are important. These are areas which help us to answer them better. They can be launched from land, air, and sea. There may be possible question tomorrow that BrahMos missile can be launched only from air, only from sea, only from land, from all the means. Now, here, BrahMos missile, an Indo-Russian joint venture, has ranged 290 kilometers and is the fastest cruise missile in the world with a top speed of 2.8 Mach. BrahMos is named after the rivers Brahmaputra and Moskva. Brahmaputra is in India and Moskva is in, of course, Russia, because they helped us to, like it is a joint venture between India and Russia. And now about Arabian Sea, there are many different things that are there in the Arabian Sea, and it is going to be a long lecture to learn about it. Just try to open a class and try to locate what are the countries adjacent to this Arabian Sea as an exercise for today. And then Minicoy, where is it trying to establish? In Minicoy. Minicoy, where is it? What is it? And what's the importance of it? 9-degree channel is a significant maritime feature located in the Indian Ocean. It separates the Lakshadweep Island from Minicoy Island, both of which are territories of India. And in Lakshadweep, the largest island is Androt. Androt is the largest island in the next area is Bhutan Prime Minister is going to visit India. Now, this is like only very few things are important here. And apart from that, map is important. That's the reason why I took this topic. Bhutan is located in between India and China. And what are the states that are bordering, what are the Indian states that are bordering Bhutan? Just please try to open the class and look into it. What are those and try to learn. And what are the rivers that are entering into our country from Bhutan are also important. And geopolitical situation is also one of the important area, as this is an independent country which is not inclined towards anybody. So this is one of the important area for us. Now, what is the major agenda for this person to visit our country are bilateral agreements, development and connectivity projects, including plans for a major economic hub in Gelupu. Gelupu is a place which is bordering with Assam. There may be possibility Gelupu. Where is Gelupu? Or which of the following state has bordering with Gelupu? So likewise, there may be possibility of asking this question. Now, what is this Gelupu and what are the major things? Gelupu, here education, health, digital development, capacity development, law, infrastructure, trade, agriculture, and sports and culture are the major areas for this. Bhutan and India's External Affairs Ministry is trying to develop between India and Bhutan. Gelupu Mindfulness City. Gelupu Mindfulness City project. What is the project that we are doing? Gelupu Mindful City project. And this project is like a rail and road connectivity up to Gelupu that borders Assam and upgrading Gelupu airport to facilities international flights. These are the things that are important in this area. Now the center tweaks PM solar free electricity scheme. There is a electricity scheme, PM solar electricity, that is a free electricity. What is this and how they are going to do this? And what is this scheme all about? The scheme is all about, we have announced, like Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced rooftop electricity generation, that they are offering 100% subsidy from the government side to establish rooftop electricity that is from solar. This is a 1 to 3 kilowatt. How many kilowatt? 1 to 3 kilowatt. What is the cost that is incurred in our country as of now for every kilowatt hour to install in rooftop? It is about 50,000 rupees. Now, earlier, Prime Minister has announced that fully funded by government. Is it fully funded by government of India, or it is a part of it funded by government of India and part of it funded by state governments? It is not fully funded by the government of India. It is part of it funded by government of India and part of it funded by state governments. Now, what is the capacity, maximum capacity? 1 kilowatt to 3 kilowatt. And here, what is the use of it? Now, let us say, if you have installed 3 kilowatt and you need only partial amount of electricity that is generated from this capacity, and rest of it you can be able to connect it to the feeder. From the line, it is a dual, like you can draw from the main line and also you can give it to the main line. So it is a two-way benefit. And if you are using lesser amount of electricity, then you can supply, and with this you can earn money from the electricity board. And who are eligible for this? One should have a pakka house, and which can be able to accommodate a panel that is a capacity of 1 megawatt to 1 kilowatt to 3 kilowatt. Now, what is the tweak? Tweak means adjusted. What is the amount of subsidy now they are giving? It is about 60% of the total cost will be bear by the government of India. No, that is government. And within this also 60-40 ratio. It is 60% of government of India and 40% of will be government of states will be borne. 60% of the project cost government will be giving a subsidy, and remaining thing will be borne by your own self. For this also, you can apply a loan from the banks, as this comes under the priority sector. Now here, there will be a loan of 1% above the current repo rate. You can get the loan for rest of the 40% from the banks. that interest rate will be 1% over and above the repo rate. Got the point? So what are the important areas? Name of the scheme. What is the name of the scheme? Please try to remember the name of the scheme. PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, or it is rooftop solar free electricity scheme, and 1 to 3 kilowatt of power capacity, and it is a subsidy up to 60%, and it is not fully funded by the government of India. It is by 60-40 ratio. Got the point? And then in the northeastern states, it will be 90-10 ratio. In the northeastern states, it is a 90 and 10 ratio. Got the point? Next important thing is India 4-nation EFTA bloc likely to ink FTA, free trade agreement, on March 10. What is this EFTA? European Free Trade Association. EFTA is European Free Trade Association. 4 nations from European Free Trade Association are entering into free trade agreement on 10th of March with India. That means we are going to enter. And what are those 4 countries? Please try to remember them, because these are very much important. These will be like, there is no surprise even if they come in the examination. Those are Switzerland, Finland, Norway, and then Liechtenstein. These are the countries that they are going to enter in free trade agreement with our country. The proposed Indian EFTA trade and economic partnership agreement. EFTA trade and trade and economic partnership agreement is expected to lead to investment of $100 billion from 4-country bloc into India. This is important. Like, they are trying to invest in India through this free trade agreement. So this will be important in economic aspect of our country. This is the timeline that we are having, like facts being like a push before the polls, that we are having India EFTA. EFTA is European Free Trade Association. That is 4 nations, that are Switzerland, Finland, Norway, and then India, Oman deal. India and Oman deal. India and UK. India and UK. India, UAE, and India, Australia. These are on board. Because of these importance, just to try to open your atlas and try to mark all these countries. And also you can look around these countries for some of the important areas. And also try to look into what are the resources that they are exporting to us and what are the trade that we are doing with them. This will be helping you to get the understanding about trade, and also you can be able to easily answer the questions. Got the point? The next question is, the next area that we are going to do is, like, why scientists voted down proposal to declare start of Anthropocene. Now, why I took this area is 2 important things that may be asked in the examination. Now, according to the age, please try to arrange them in descending or ascending order. They will ask. Now, these are Cenozoic era, the Quaternary period, the Holocene epoch, and Megalayan age. Now, this is a timeline. So, according to that, eon, era, epoch, and age. Eon, era, epoch, and age. They need to be arranged in a ascending or descending order, so that there may be possibility of getting a question on this. So all of a sudden we will be like thinking, oh, it's so bad and difficult to answer such questions, because out of blue they are coming in, and it is not possible to memorize everything in that way. The next thing is important here is, there is a lake that is being chosen by the scientist to study about this. That lake is Crawford Lake. Where is it? Ontario. In which country? Canada. Crawford Lake, Ontario, Canada. And AWG's proposal. Now, what is the group that is studying this? This is a GTS group, Geologic Time Scale. Geologic Time Scale. Geoscientists use the geologic time scale based on the study of rock layers. On what study? Rock layers. Which study? Geologic time study. Right? These are the two important things in this article. The next thing is Aadhaar and voter ID linking. Now, Election Commission is also thinking about Aadhaar and voter ID linking. What are the issues and what is the present situation of this? Though there is no major change has arrived or no major conclusion has arrived yet, but what are the issues here? Let us try to look into. When did EC decided to link Aadhaar? It was in 2015, but yet again, it will be having its impact on the right to privacy of the candidate. So it is not mandatory so far. Supreme Court has said that it is by individual choice. You can be able to do that. And to do this, what you need to do, there are some things that you need to change in the Representation of People Act. This is the current situation. And till now, it was a Form 6B. It used to be registered for the existing voters. And in the future, it is Form 6. But to do all these things, you need to make some changes to the Representation of People Act 1951 and Representation of People Act 1950. And here it is optional, not a mandatory. The present situation of this Aadhaar and voter ID linking is just a optional, not the mandatory. And there is a other article that is here. India's investment in the artificial intelligence hugely. That is almost 100 billion. We are trying to invest in artificial intelligence because artificial intelligence is taking a leap forward in the technological advancement that is in fourth stage of revolution that we are in now. So here what we will be doing, cabinet has approved for the deep tech startups 2000 crores and other things it is another 8000 crores. Now here high quality AI database, but which is not violating the first personal data breach. And then so that it will be like a public data that is easily available data sets that is to be developed. And apart from that, AI chips also that is in manufacturing, that is hardware also we are focusing on. These are some of the important areas that we are need to keep in our mind because this area is a new area that is been developing. Now change in the value. Now what is this value? No doubt about it. It is Article 370 we are talking about. It's been almost 5 years that Article 370 has been repealed. And what was the situation earlier? We all know that about 40 years earlier, this turbulence in valley, that is Jammu and Kashmir has started. LOC and LAC are also came up. And here always it used to be ceasefire violations and killing of many innocent lives and army people. But at the same time, it was also denied the economic development and cultural development or maybe like educational development here in this valley due to the uncertainty and instability in this area. But because of the abolition of Article 370 and also firm activities towards the developmental activities has helped it to improve a bit and change in the mindset also came happened to see with the help of winning hearts and minds. There is a slogan that approach is WHAM, winning hearts and minds, winning hearts and minds. With this, and apart from that, youth and women are promoted towards the literacy, more literacy, and also self-employment so that economic development will be happening and this will be leading to the betterment of the area and there should be a certainty. But this is not the end of the change that happened. This is just only a beginning. But at the same time, we need to keep in our mind, we are not supposed to demolish all the developmental activities that happened over a period of time. Let the time take its own course so that we will be able to see a better tomorrow.